and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Biama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwukika Biama onye na-efe na aja ha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezu oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwere anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna n'ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, amazing viewers, wherever you are joining me across the world. I thank you so much for connecting to this channel. Today, once again, we're going to dive into another issue. Remember, in this channel, we always discuss about the things that concern the people of Biafra, the Ududua people, and other indigenous tribes in the contraption called Nigeria. Mainly the evil that the contraption Nigeria is perpetrating upon the indigenous people in the contraption called Nigeria. I will continue to speak about it. I will never stop. I am not here to preach hate speech against anybody, neither am I here to blackmail anybody nor preach lies. I will speak the truth and always the truth. Today, we are going to talk about the issue of the Biafra struggle. Why is it that people are bent on bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down? Why is it there are so many attacks against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, knowingly and unknowingly? And the most painful part of it is that the people who are attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu recently are members of IPOB. Some members of IPOB have taken it upon themselves to attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from different angles. Some are doing it intentionally, some are doing it unintentionally. If you are one of those that are doing it unintentionally, watch closely to this video and you're going to realize your mistake and you change from your evil act. And if you are the ones that are doing it intentionally, you have to change or Chukwukika Biama will strike you dead. A lot of things is happening recently. As you all know, there is no doubt that the man that established the IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, is our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established the ESN. This is an established fact. You know that, I know that. There's no doubt about it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established the IPOB to fight for the actualization of Biafra. He built a foundation based on truth, and he has been very consistent. Those are his foundations: truthfulness and consistency. And for the very first day he started this very IPOB, it has been a free will organization where people sponsor. IPOB do not have any sponsorship from the government. It doesn't have any sponsorship from any politician. It is individually driven. People are driving the cause of IPOB, making sure that IPOB moves forward. IPOB has never been a liability company. Never at any point in time. IPOB is not a liability company. It doesn't make gain. IPOB was established. Free will. To guide and protect the people. To fight for the actualization of Biafra. That is the obvious truth. And it is out there. IPOB is registered in so many countries of the world. Registered in so many countries of the world. And they are not registered as a company. They are not registered as a liability company anywhere in the world. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is the supreme leader of IPOB, have said a time without number. And the evidences are there. But today, what do you see? People are peddling lies, bent on destroying the foundation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have led. IPOB is a non-profit organization. That is what it is. A freedom fighting organization, a non-profit organization, not a liability company. Not a liability company. It has never been and will never ever be. As long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IPOB. This is the truth. You can pretend for all I care. You can pretend as if you do not know it. But that is the obvious truth. And we will continue to bring it to your face so that you understand what is actually going on. Again, the ESN that was established by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was established because the people who are supposed to protect the people in the southeastern part of Nigeria are not protecting them. The politicians, the governors who are supposed to give protection to the southeastern region, I mean the old southeastern region, the south and the southeast and the lower Benue, they are not giving them that protection. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw these loopholes and he called them. He called the attention of the governors. He told them, form a security outfit to protect the people because the government of Nigeria is not willing to protect the people. The government of Nigeria has not even protected the state of the imposter. They have not even protected themselves. How much more protecting you? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrote to them several times and waited. They refused to listen. In that contraption called Nigeria, you know that the northern people have the Hizbah. They have the Hizbah in the north. And the Hizbah are well equipped. The Hizbah even arrest a police. The video is out there on social media where Hizbah arrested a police, a Nigerian police officer. Hizbah are there enforcing Sharia in the north. Nobody is speaking. Nobody said anything. The northern governors are not attacking them. In fact, the northern governors are equipping them and also supporting them. In the southwest, we have the Amoteku. Amoteku is formed by the whole southwest in uniform. They are protecting the southwest region. But in the southeastern part of Nigeria, the old southeastern region, there is no protection whatsoever. This call was made because they have refused to protect the people. I was told that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went further to produce a security outfit to protect the people. When he formed the security outfit, he said it point blank that it is not a Nigeria, it is not a Biafran force, it's not a Biafran army. The Eastern Security Network is not Biafran army, they are just security outfit. He said it time without number. And their duty is in the bushes, not in the street. Because the Fulanis were invading our forest, stopping our farmers from farming, killing our mothers and sisters in the farm. The evidences were there every day. We were seeing it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu formed the Eastern Security Network to chase these terrorists away. That was the purpose of forming the Eastern Security Network. The Eastern Security Network was not formed to kill the indigenous people. Was not formed to kill even one Nigerian. They are not supposed to kill anybody. They are not in the street. They are not fighting against any innocent person. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. Eastern Security Network have nothing to do with you. The only place where they have a duty is in the bushes to fight and chase away the invaders, chase away the terrorists in the bushes who are killing and maiming in the bush, since the military have refused to protect the people. What did the governors do? Instead of supporting this very beautiful initiative, they came against it. They formed all manner of lie. First of all, they formed their unknown gunmen to disguise themselves and begin to take the life of innocent citizens. Then they blame it on the Eastern Security Network. Since the unknown gunmen were operating from day one up to date, there has never been any time any unknown gunman was captured and they said he's a member of ESN. None whatsoever. All we see is just a propaganda and blackmail. They will catch a cultist and tell the cultist to confirm that he or she is a member of ESN. But when you check from the information they are given from the day they joined and when ESN was established and their age, you know that they are not members of ESN. They continue to push out that blackmail until when one of the ESN was, one of the unknown gunmen was captured, and it was discovered that that unknown gunman has the ID card of the DSS. In fact, it was the police that killed that very unknown gunman, a DSS member, and they went and framed it and said it was a mistake. That it was a mistake. That was an exchange of fire and a mistake, and the man died, and so he died on duty. They didn't tell us that he was acting as an unknown gunman fighting against the police, and he was shot dead. We saw another video where some other unknown gunmen were captured, and they are Fulanis. This is what was playing out in the Southeast, just to make sure that they demonize the Eastern Security Network. They were doing this where they were cooking to see how they can stop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We didn't know that they would go to the extent of kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And while this were going on, they were able to penetrate into the IPOB, and they had some willing tools who, for no just cause, were hating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refused to do their bidding. The same thing that made so many of them to run away from IPOB and begin to castigate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same issue that made some of them to go away from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there were still many of them who are still inside, pretending to be with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but they're not with him. The governors discovered this people and they came together, planned. They went to Kenya where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu traveled, and they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They kidnapped him in Kenya for 8 good days. There was no information about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The leadership that were supposed to ask questions refused to ask questions. They didn't ask his whereabouts. None of them asked a question, where is their supreme leader? These are the people today who are claiming to know everything that has to do with Mazi Nnamdi. They claim to be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They say DOS is as the same as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped 8 good days. They know nothing about it. They didn't speak about it. They pretend to know nothing about it. They did not ask any question. Until after 8 days, it was the Janjaweed that revealed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. And before you know it, he was sent to Nigeria through extraordinary edition. And today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS, facing charges, facing torture. And what do you see? Those who are supposed to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally have refused to do anything for past 7 months. They are doing nothing, and they are not willing to do anything. They are doing nothing, and they are not willing to do anything. If you know anything they have done, tell me. If you know anything they have done that concerns the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, tell me. Nothing whatsoever. They have not done anything. Nothing. But the indigenes, the Biafran people, took it upon themselves and began to sit at home every Monday until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. When they started sitting at home, what did they do? These people who claim to be with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who claim to eat with him and watch with him all the day, they went back and began to ask people who are sitting at home in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stop sitting at home. They did not only stop saying it, they went and began to contract the police, contract the DSS to begin to hunt the Biafran people that are sitting at home for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They went to the extent of coming to the Radio Biafra to announce that anybody that is sitting at home on Monday in solidarity for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal. That such person should be arrested, killed if possible. Unbelievable. Can you believe that? People who are asking for the whereabouts of their leader, asking for the whereabouts of their brother, asking for the whereabouts of their husband, asking for the whereabouts of their uncle. You said it's a crime. You nicknamed them, tagged them some evil name, and you went after them. And so many people lost their life in that cause. The Biafran people never relented. They were still sitting at home. Continue to sit at home. They went further to use their so-called unknown gunmen, the politicians and those they have in IPOB, to continue to cause mayhem on a day of sit at home in order to cause confusion and make people believe that the ESN is perpetrating such evil. But from every indication, there has never been anybody captured or arrested anywhere to say that that person was perpetrating evil and the person is a member of ESN. None whatsoever. ESN has their duty in the bushes and they have stick to the bush up till today. Today, what are you seeing? As we are sitting at home in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, asking for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what do we see? The Nigerian government are shopping for evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they have none. They have no evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has not committed any crime anywhere. He has not committed any crime anywhere, not in Nigeria, not outside Nigeria, not anywhere. So they are shopping for evidence to call him a terrorist. But they have none. But what do you see today? As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to come to court on 16, again, those people who are supposed to be fighting for his unconditional release, who are supposed to be speaking up for him today, they are the people providing evidence for the Janjaweed to nail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These same people who told us to stop sitting at home, that if we continue to sit at home, that they will tag us terrorists. How can you tag somebody terrorist for sitting at home in his own home to air his opinion? How can you tag somebody terrorist for invoking civil disobedience, which is allowed all over the world? A legitimate means of asking for that which is right. Civil disobedience. Sit at home. They said if you sit at home, that the enemy is going to tie us terrorists. But are you not surprised that today, those same people who are afraid of being tagged terrorists, knowing fully well that this is a charge they are presenting against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even when they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court on 16th, just recently, what do you see them do? They went and killed an innocent person and begin to parade that person and claim that it is ESN that killed that very person. It doesn't matter what the person have committed. It doesn't matter the crime he or she have committed. It is not in your hand to carry out extraordinary, extrajudicial killing. No. It is not in your hand. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not support extrajudicial killing. He has said it on his broadcast, in national broadcast. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. When the Biafran people were engaging on all this, their extrajudicial killing or burning people in the public and doing that, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu condemned it openly on his broadcast. He condemned it. I'm going to search for the broadcast and play for you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu condemned it openly. But today, what do you see? You see people who claim to be followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committing a crime, a very grievous crime, extrajudicial killing of somebody who there is no proof that he has committed any offense, whom they did not present any proof whatsoever of the offense that the person committed. All we had is that he's one of the people who has been infiltrated and fighting against the ESN, and they killed that person and parade him, claiming that the person, that people that killed that very person was ESN, when it wasn't ESN. The duty of ESN is not to kill anybody in the street, not to parade anybody in the street. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear in one of his broadcasts that ESN should not take any video of themselves. When they started initially, they were taking videos. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warned, nobody should cover any video of ESN in operation. He said it, that nobody should cover any video of ESN in operation anywhere. He warned seriously about that. And today, what do you see? Those who are supposed to uphold that thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that foundation that he led, they are the one destroying. They are busy providing evidence for the Janjaweed. They have executed somebody, claiming that it is ESN that executed them when ESN was not aware. It is obvious. It is not ESN that did that operation. It is not. It has been proven beyond that it is not ESN. ESN that the military are hunting on daily basis. You can see jet bombers flying over to pursue ESN, going to their camp, looking for their camp, locating them, pursuing them, trying to kill ESN by all means. All of a sudden, a video emerged of ESN parading a suspect in the public with people marching. There was no police around, no invasion, nobody anywhere. What does that tell you? And somebody who claimed to be somebody fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who claimed to be a member of IPOB, who claimed to be one of the leadership in DOS, claimed that they were the people who carried the operation. He tried to blame that on ESN. It was ESN that executed a Biafran, a member of ESN also. They framed him up saying that he was working with the Bubago, he was doing this or doing that. And they paraded that man in public and shared the video. when they know fully well that this is what the Janjaweed are looking for to nail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They know very well that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court on 16th. Already, the Janjaweed have no evidence against Mazi. That's why they're running helter-skelter. But today, what do you see? People who are supposed to protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and ask for his release are the one providing evidence for the Janjaweed. They have now become the unknown gunmen we are talking about. The unknown gunmen we are talking about are today being funded by people who claim to be fighting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't know anything about it. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have no hand in anything of evil. He has no hand in sharing the blood of innocent. He has no hand in sharing the blood of any Biafra. He has never done that and will never do. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have never openly announced the death of anybody. He has never openly announced the killing of any Biafra or called the name of any Biafra on any broadcast. Let alone calling the name of somebody who is a member of the ESN. It is clearer than ever that the people who are in leadership of IPOB today have been compromised, and they are making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released. It is the leadership of IPOB today that is providing evidence for the Janjaweed to nail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but it is not going to work for them. Everything they are doing now doesn't concern Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the onset have made it clear why he established the ESN. He made it clear, and up to today, ESN are still following that function. They are not in the street. They are fighting against the invaders. They are not fighting against the innocent people. IPOB was established to restore Biafra through referendum. Continue to agitate until referendum is conducted, and then we will have Biafra. That is why IPOB was established and nothing else. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it is either Biafra or death. And he went further to explain what he meant by either Biafra or death. For some of you who have not watched that video, I am going to play the video for you to be able to understand better. That was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaking. We have heard from him. But today, what do we see? People who are supposed to follow the footsteps of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are being compromised. Today, they have gone ahead to destroy every foundation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu led. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established IPOB, a non-profit organization, but today they are making IPOB a company by parading an LLB account for people to pay money into, even when they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established a non-profit organization and opened the Umweri account. Umweri account. That is the account that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu opened to support the IPOB and follow up in everything that had to do with IPOB. But instead of these people following that footstep, today they are dancing to the tune of enemy. They know very well that for a very long time there have been accusations against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is running IPOB as a company. Even people in Biafra land, so many of people attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established IPOB as a company. And we continue to defend it. All of a sudden, people who are directly working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, claiming to be second in command, claiming to be working hand in hand with them, they went and opened a company account, LLB, a company account, and asked Biafra people to donate. That is the IPOB account. IPOB is not a company, and we never use a company account. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we never ever use a company account to run IPOB. Donate your money to Umweri account to support IPOB. If you want to support ESN, support the cause of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, support the struggle for Biafra, donate your money to Umweri account. That is the only account that have been verified by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Is a non-profit organization. That account is non-profit account. That is the only way you can donate. This is what is going on. So many people who you see parading themselves as followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are not actually followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So many people who are parading themselves as leadership of IPOB, they are not following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are bent on promoting themselves and making sure they make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant. They are trying everything possible to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant, and that is why they do not want to hear of any protest or any sit at home in Biafra land. The main reason why the leadership of IPOB do not want to see anything that has to do with protest or anything that has to do with sit at home in Biafra land, that they want to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant and promote themselves. They want to destroy the foundation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu land because of their envy and jealousy, because of their hatred for a man who is standing for the right thing. They have pushed him so many times to be compromised. They have pushed him so many times to take bribe. He refused. Today they have the opportunity to take as many bribes as they can, to steal as much as they can, and they are making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released. But to their own surprise, our supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be released sooner than they expect. It is going to shock the world. It is going to shock everybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be released. I thank God for Chukwu Okike Abiama. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that he has raised a squad that are going to hold that foundation until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes back. I bless the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama for our brother Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is doing wonderfully well, and so many men who are being moved by autopilot. When that revelation was made, the revelation of autopilot was made. When the revelation of autopilot was made, people thought it was a joke. The leadership of IPOB misunderstood it. It was a deep revelation that was made. Mazi Simon Ekpa warned that leadership of IPOB should be careful. They should make amends before it is too late. They should make amends before it's too late. That the time will come when people will begin to operate on their own to actualize Biafra. That is going to be for a positive note. But that he prays that Chukwu Okike Abiama will give them the knowledge and understanding to run the affairs of the people when that time comes. The time that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has spoken about is now. Every single Biafran woman, men, children, old and young, they are today fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release, fighting for the coming of Biafra, fighting by all front and all means possible to see that Mazi Nnamdi is released, and nobody can stop it. The spirit of Biafra in charge. Nobody is in charge except the spirit of Biafra. Chukwu Okike Abiama. He is in charge. He is directing the affairs of the Biafran people, and Biafra must come. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. Biafra must come. Wherever you are, wake up. If you have not started fighting, continue to start fighting. Those who are broadcasting, continue to broadcast. Those who are sitting at home, sit at home more. Engage yourself in civil disobedience, sit at home, and economic sanction on the janjaweed. Don't give your revenue to them. Those of us who are doing businesses, all those market traders, traders union, stop paying your revenue to local government, state government, and federal government. These are the way for us to go and get our freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally. Always remember, ESN are still very much available, doing their duties in the bushes. They are not killing the innocent. They don't have any business in the city. They are still in the bush doing the needful. Support the ESN through the Umweri account. Any way you can support them, by your prayers, by your money, by your anything you can give to them, give to Umweri account. Donate to Umweri account, no matter how little, no matter how big. This is the way forward for us to get our freedom, and our freedom is sure. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every Biafran wherever you are. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every Oduduwa person. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every single person that will share video. Everybody that will share this video, Chukwu Okike Abiama will protect you. You will see the end of this trouble. The trouble will not see your end. You are going to see Biafra with your eyes, and you will walk into Biafra with your foot. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect Sunday Igboho. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as he will be coming to court on 16. Another victory will be gotten. We are going to experience another victory, another revelation on the 16th. Another massive revelation on the 16th, another victory on the 16th. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Give him strength, give him wisdom, knowledge, give him more revelations. And very soon, he will be with us, and we will continue to celebrate. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember this. See you again on the next video. Bye-bye.
Onye du iPod, o meri onendizu, oniro ya, abakare, mama daora, una pori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2, now Python that's 3. Una pori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. na Python that's the three. Una pori meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi bu onye du aimo. O meri n'izu ngiro ya. Abakare mamanda ora. Una pori meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's the three. Una pori meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's the three. Una pori meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's the three. Una pori meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's the three. Una pori meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's the three. Una pori meri Nnamdi.